The reticulated python, Python reticulatus, is a species of python found in Southeast Asia. They are the world's longest snakes and longest reptiles, and among the 3 heaviest snakes. Like all pythons, they are nonvenomous constrictors and normally not considered dangerous to humans. However, cases of people killed, and in at least one case eaten, by reticulated pythons have been documented. An excellent swimmer, P. reticulatus has been reported far out at sea and has colonized many small islands within its range. The specific name, reticulatus, is Latin meaning net-like, or reticulated, and is a reference to the complex color pattern. This species is the largest snake native to Asia. More than 1,000 wild reticulated pythons in southern Sumatra were studied and estimated to have a length range of 1.5 to 6.5 meters, 4.9 to 21.3 feet, and a weight range of 1 to 75 kilograms, 2.2 to 165.3 pounds. Reticulated pythons with lengths more than 6 meters, 19.7 feet, are rare, though according to the Guinness Book of World Records, it is the only extant snake to regularly exceed that length. A reticulated python of the same length as a green anaconda may weigh only half as much as the bulkier anaconda. One of the largest scientifically measured specimens, from Balikpapan, East Kalimantan, Indonesia, was measured under anesthesia at 6.95 meters, 22.8 feet, and weighed 59 kilograms, 130 pounds, after not having eaten for nearly 3 months. Widely published data of specimens that were reported to be several feet longer have not been confirmed. The specimen once widely accepted as the largest ever accurately measured snake, that being Colossus, a specimen kept at the Highland Park Zoo, now the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, during the 1950s and early 1960s, with a peak reported length of 8.7 meters, 28 feet 7 in, from a measurement in November 1956, was later shown to have been substantially shorter than previously reported. When Colossus died on April 14, 1963, its body was deposited in the Carnegie Museum of Natural History. At that time, its skeleton was measured and found to be 20 feet 10 in, 6.35 meters, in total length, and the length of its fresh hide was measured as 23 feet 11 in, 7.9 meters, both measurements being significantly shorter than what had been previously estimated in 1956. The hide tends to stretch from the skinning process, and thus be longer than the snake from which it came, for example, by roughly 20 to 40% or more. The previous reports had been constructed by combining partial measurements with estimations to compensate for kinks, since it is virtually impossible to completely straighten an extremely large live python. Because of these issues, a 2012 journal article concluded that Colossus was neither the longest snake nor the heaviest snake ever maintained in captivity. Too large to be preserved with formaldehyde and then stored in alcohol, the specimen was instead prepared as a disarticulated skeleton. The hide was sent to a laboratory to be tanned, but it was either lost or destroyed, and now only the skull and selected vertebrae and ribs remain in the museum's collection. There is considerable confusion in the literature over whether Colossus was male or female. Females tend to be larger. Numerous reports have been made of larger snakes, but since none of these was measured by a scientist nor any of the specimens deposited at a museum, they must be regarded as unproven and possibly erroneous. In spite of what has been, for many years, a standing offer of a large financial reward, initially $1,000, later raised to $5,000, then $15,000 in 1978 and $50,000 in 1980, for a live, healthy snake over 30 feet, 9.1 meters, long by the New York Zoological Society, later renamed as the Wildlife Conservation Society. No attempt to claim this reward has ever been made. The color pattern is a complex geometric pattern that incorporates different colors. The back typically has a series of irregular diamond shapes flanked by smaller markings with light centers. In this species' wide geographic range, much variation of size, color, and markings commonly occurs. The reticulated net-like patterning that gives the reticulated python its name. In zoo exhibits, the color pattern may seem garish, but in a shadowy jungle environment amid fallen leaves and debris, it allows them to virtually disappear. Called disruptive coloration, it protects them from predators and helps them to catch their prey. The smooth dorsal scales are arranged in 69 to 79 rows at midbody. There are deep pits on 4 anterior upper labials, on 2 or 3 anterior lower labials, and on 5 or 6 posterior lower labials. Reticulated pythons are found in South Asia from the Nicobar Islands, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Burma, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Singapore, east through Indonesia and the Indo-Australian archipelago, Sumatra, the Mentawai Islands, the Natuna Islands, Borneo, Sulawesi, Java, Lombok, Sumbawa, Sumba, Flores, Timor, Maluku, Tanimbar Islands, and the Philippines, Basilan, Bohol, Cebu, Leyte, Luzon, Mindanao, Mindoro, Negros, Palawan, Panay, Palillo, Samar, Toi Toi. The original description does not include a type locality. Restricted to Java by Brongisma, 1972. 3 subspecies have been proposed, but are not recognized in the Integrated Taxonomic Information System, ITIS. The color and size can vary a great deal among the subspecies described. Geographical location is a good key to establishing the subspecies, as each one has a distinct geographical range. The reticulated python lives in rainforests, woodlands, and nearby grasslands. It is also associated with rivers and is found in areas with nearby streams and lakes. An excellent swimmer, it has even been reported far out at sea and has consequently colonized many small islands within its range. During the early years of the 20th century, it is said to have been common even in busy parts of Bangkok, sometimes eating domestic animals. Their natural diet includes mammals and occasionally birds. Small specimens up to 3 to 4 meters, 9.8 to 13.1 feet, long eat mainly rodents such as rats, whereas larger individuals switch to prey such as viveridae, for example civets and binchongs, and even primates and pigs. Near human habitation, they are known to snatch stray chickens, cats, and dogs on occasion. Among the largest, fully documented prey items to have been taken are a half-starved sun bear of 23 kilograms that was eaten by a 6.95 meter, 22.8 foot, specimen and took some 10 weeks to digest, as well as pigs of more than 60 kilograms, 132 pounds. As a rule, these snakes seem able to swallow prey up to 1/4 their own length and up to their own weight. As with all pythons, they are primarily ambush hunters, usually waiting until prey wanders within strike range before seizing it in their coils and killing by constriction. However, at least one case is reported of a foraging python entering a forest hut and taking a child. Oviparous, females lay between 15 and 80 eggs per clutch. At an optimum incubation temperature of 31 to 32 degrees Celsius, 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, the eggs take an average of 88 days to hatch. Hatchlings are at least 2 feet, 61 centimeters, in length,